All right, well, we're here with a bunch of local film guys, and we're going to talk about a special Oscar watching party that they've got set up. And I'll introduce everybody here for those who may not get out to Dallas movie events very much. We got Mark Walters down here, bigfanboy.com, Matt Mungle from The Mungle Show, two film guys from Pegasus News, and Devin Pike from Red Carpet Crash. Hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going, Don?
How's it going? Good. Well, now tell us about what we've got coming up for an Oscar watching party and how you guys came up with the idea.
Well, the idea is simple. Everybody who loves film loves Oscar night. It's the entertainment world's version of the Super Bowl. You get a bunch of people who love movies together, you argue about the nominees, you take your ballots, you make guesses. So we got together and said, you know, we need to do that on a bigger scale. And we found a great place, which is the Lakewood Theater, which is just 30s Art Deco movie heaven.
Classic Hollywood.
Putting the Oscars on a 55-foot HD screen and inviting a bunch of our friends to come out. It's absolutely free. We've got a VIP section as well if you want to hobnob with some of the greats in local film, actors, directors that are going to be coming in. And Lone Star Beer is our sponsor for the event. And if you want to purchase a VIP ticket, free Lone Star for you for the course of the night. It's going to be a great night overall.
Yeah, it's one of those nights where if I wasn't part of this, I'd still go to this one. I mean, it's just because you're right. It's the night that everybody who loves films goes to.
You mean like me? Because I'm not part of it, and I'm going.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's going to be a lot of fun, and the Lakewood Theater is the perfect place for it. I think it just kind of screams this sort of night.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going to Oscar parties since God, I can't even remember how long. And so, I mean, the idea of being able to throw an Oscar party and have like all the people that we know and people that we see on a regular basis come and hang out with us. I mean, to me, it's the perfect thing. You know, I mean, it's a perfect mix. It's a perfect place. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And obviously, it's black tie only, right, guys?
Well, it's not black tie only because
and pants.
Devin and I will be wearing black ties and nothing else.
And pajamas. I'll be wearing pajamas. But the cool thing is that we've actually got We've actually got a red carpet entry, so everybody who comes into the party will get to walk the red carpet. We've got a paparazzi lined up, waiting to shoot everybody who's coming in. You'll be able to get those photos online. And it's a great way to see and be seen. If you want to come in your Ed Hardy T-shirt and ripped jeans, that's fantastic. You can look like me and still get in. It's not black tie, but if you want to dress to the nines, you won't feel out of place.
Right.
And it's the perfect place to do that. We've talked to some people who, you know, this one girl, they're going to get their friends together and rent a limo. It's an excuse to finally dress up and go do something fun. You know?
I had a lady last night at one of the screenings that was asking me, she wants to come, and she said, "Is it okay for me to dress up?" And I said, "Absolutely, you can dress up." I said, "We're going to be wearing black ties," and I said, "If you want to dress up, look at it as a fun excuse to do that and have that one night where you can really feel like, you know, you're part of the in crowd, as it were." And I don't know. I mean, especially in this economy, how often are we going to get to go to a black tie affair? You know, I mean, really think about it. So yeah, no, it'll be fun.
Yeah, sounds great. Let's see now. What's notable about the Oscars this year? Let's talk about Oscars in general.
Well, I mean, obviously the Best Picture category, expanding it to 10 nominees as opposed to 5 nominees. There's been a little bit of controversy about that, but I mean, I think that, you know, I understand their reasonings for doing it because, you know, the last couple of years of the Oscars, the ratings weren't, you know, what they were hoping it would be, and I think they were thinking, you know, well, maybe part of this is because the films that are getting nominated are films that the average Joe moviegoer hasn't seen. So this will be an opportunity to get movies like, you know, Avatar in there that maybe wouldn't otherwise get in there, although I don't know, Avatar probably would have gotten in anyway. But, you know, some of these other titles that were more mainstream titles, I guess you should say.
Right. It's probably a good thing you guys are separated as we get deep into these conversations.
Yeah. We've had arguments about this, and the funny thing is, it's not just trying to get films that people or get people to watch because they care about the movies, but it's also supposed to widen the spectrum of it. You know, they said it was a direct result of The Dark Knight completely getting snubbed for Best Picture last year. What you're looking at is you got Avatar, which has made more money in global box office than any other movie in history, and you have The Hurt Locker, which has probably the lowest gross out of any of the 10 nominees other than, well, probably Precious might have been lower, but I doubt it. I still think it's lower than 10.
Locker,
yeah, and and it's my pick for Best Picture. And if your name isn't Mark Walters, I think you recognize that movie is going to take away.
I don't have a problem with Hurt Locker.
You hate Hurt Locker.
No,
you said so.
I never said that. I think that Up in the Air is probably the odds-on favorite. I think it's going to take it home.
Lost your damn
mind. It should. And my whole grief is the fact, and I've even brought this up numerous times with everybody I talk to, the fact that you increase it to 10 and you leave Star Trek off. That to me makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
And the rest of it I could care less about because I can't take you serious.
Yeah, I don't know a single critic out there that didn't have Star Trek on their top 10 list, you know.
Yeah, and even viewers. I mean, if you're not a Star Trek fan, you loved it. If you're a diehard Trekkie, you loved it. So who did it fail with not to make a top 10 list?
Oscar hates comedy. Oscar hates science fiction. You should look at it over and over.
So they nominate Up.
So they nominate
District 9.
Yeah.
Well, District 9 is the art house favorite because you've got a New Zealand director. It's an allegory on apartheid. So, or allegory on refugee culture. So it speaks to the highbrow.
But why was Moon not on that list?
Because they're idiots.
Yes.
Right.
Because Moon, if you want to talk about District 9, which a lot of people have been sort of dubbing the independent sci-fi film of 2009, to me, Moon, which very much falls into that category, and I think, as much as I like District 9, I think Moon is a far superior film. And again, it was on a lot of critics' top 10 lists, and it just got completely ignored on the Academy Awards.
Well, what about Up being a Best Picture nominee as well as a Best Animated Film nominee? That's happened once before, right?
Well, Beauty and the Beast was nominated, but it wasn't. They didn't have the Best Animated category at that time. So
that was really what spurred the creation of the category, right?
I think so. Yeah.
The only problem I have with that is that you know Up is going to take Best Animated Film. I mean,
do you?
Any Pixar movie is pretty much a shoo-in to take Best Animated Film.
I think
I
think Coraline will come in and steal it. I really do. I think because there's almost a nostalgia for classic animated or stop-motion animated pictures. And it's a way for Oscar to say, we still like things that aren't completely polished in CG.
Devin, you ignorant slut. Up is going to take Best Animated Picture. There's no doubt about it. And for that reason, it shouldn't be in Best Picture category. It should have opened it up for somebody else.
I want to see. I would like to see Up win Best Animated Picture, but I'm worried that it won't because it was nominated in Best Picture, and then people will see that as its victory.
So you think that'll actually take away from its chances?
Yeah, I'm thinking that the voters will see that as its victory. Oh, you got nominated for Best Picture. Let's give something else to Best Animated. So
yeah, it's good
sure.
And speaking of your point about animated, why was 9, the animated 9 that came out this year, why wasn't it even nominated? If you want to go back to just that Coraline idea, I mean, that to me was probably the most brilliant animated film I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, completely agree.
And then there was a Secret of Elves, which has anybody seen that
5
movie?
people had seen it before. They showed it in L.A. and they showed it in L.A. and half the audience fell asleep. I had a buddy of mine, Scott Feinberg, who writes the Oscar blog and The Winner Is, went to the screening of it and came out of it going, "What? Why? Were there not more animated films that they could have nominated?" It was
or
just,
9. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were several others that they could have nominated that just didn't make any sense for something like that.
I mean, personally, and it was just kind of more of a personal thing, I was really hoping that Princess and the Frog would get more attention because of what it represents.
You want to talk classic animation?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It represents the return of well, not really cell animation, but hand-drawn animation for Disney. And then to me, I think that was more of an important thing. I actually wish that it would have gotten a little bit more praise than it did. I mean, as a film, it's okay. But more of what it represents, I think, is why I was hoping it would get more attention. So.
Great music, too.
Yeah, it was terrific. Yeah.
Got 2 song nominations, didn't it?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah, Randy Newman.
Yeah.
Maybe in the mix you actually hear the lyrics. That was my only problem with that.
Can Randy Newman write a song for a movie that doesn't get nominated for an Academy Award?
Can Randy Newman write a song that isn't commissioned by Disney?
That's true, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we look forward to seeing you at the show, and I'm guessing that the date would be the same as the Academy Awards night, March 7th.
Sunday, March 7. Doors open at 5:30. We'll have the red carpet entrance from E! Entertainment on the big screen before the actual show.
We should talk about prizes, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've got a ballot challenge as well. And like any good Oscar party, you come in, you get a ballot, fill out your ballot. Each prize or each award gets a prize. So if you correctly pick it, you go into a drawing for a prize. We've got DVDs of nominated films, soundtracks for films like Up in the Air. The big prize I'm still embargoed from talking about it, but there
I don't
is
even know what it is.
there's a grand prize if you are the person who picks the most correct. You're entered into a drawing. The prize is worth over $1,300, and I can't even announce it until next Monday.
It's a night with Devin Pike.
It is not a night. That's 25 cents.
It's not a recall Toyota.
It is not a recall Toyota. It is not a brakes issue Toyota. But get there, fill out your ballot, and we'll be announcing the winners throughout the course of the night. We'll be circulating between myself, Matt, and Mark, so you guys can't get too drunk on Lone Star. I'm just saying.
I can't get up there and be the Harrison Ford presenter of the.
You can't even get up there and be the Mariah Carey.
Oh, all right.
And I'm sad to say, but it's going to be really come out to Lakewood. It's going to be such a fun party, and you guys are going to be there.
Yeah,
I'm going to be there.
I mean, if I have to drive you, I'll do it. I'm going to have to do like 3 or 4 trips.
Take a limo. But anyway, I got my top hat and spats.
Oh,
I'm going to get the
fabulous.
cane
Sweet.
Going.
I think just about everybody's going to walk away with something cool.
And then I'm going to have a fist fight with Mark.
At some point, yeah.
Right after the in memoriam.
We all know how that's going to end. I mean, come on.
Outstanding.
You're going down.
All right, guys, we look forward to it. Thanks for coming by the office today.
Thanks, John.
Thanks for
It
having
was,
us.
that was